Hi everyone, I am back. Today I'm also going to do my top 15 best movies of the 2010s. I will do the same thing just like I did in my top 15 worst movies of 2010s video, but this video will be my top 15 best movies of the 2010s. Remember when I did my top 5 best movies of the 2010s? Well, I want to make top 15 best movies of the 2010s just to catch up. Another presentation of my favorite 2010s movies. In this video, these are all my opinions on the top 15 best movies of the 2010s. If you guys don't like any of these films, that is awesome. You may put your top 15 best movies of the 2010s down in the comments below. Let's begin the video. Number 15 is The Neon Demon. This is one of my favorite Elle Fanning performances. Not that everybody agrees with me. I think this movie is rewatchable to me, even though it is kind of scary, but not bad at all. This movie is even one of my favorite films of 2016 as well. I even think the colors of this film are pretty and neon. Number 14 is Cars 2 and Cars 3. These two films are one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies of all time. I just don't know which ones I prefer better, but I will not choose one over the other. Yeah, I know a lot of people hate the Cars movies because just to entertain families or something. The second is about Mater and McQueen go to places in Racing of the World Grand Prix. In the third one, it is about McQueen needed help racing to get faster than Jackson Storm by Cruz Ramirez. These two films will always be awesome to me. Number 13 is Kung Fu Panda 2 and Kung Fu Panda 3. I love these two movies. In the second one, it is about Po remembering when Shen was at the Panda Village, destroying everything, and Po's mother died, which was tragic, and he needed to know who he really is. In the third film, it is about Po find his birthplace and stop Kai from taking everybody's chi, so Kai could be more powerful. These two films will also always be awesome to me as well. Number 12 is Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4. The third movie came out 9 years before the fourth one. These are both great movies. The third one is about Andy getting ready to go to college. The toys went to Sunnydale and figured out that Lotso was evil before they were donated to Bonnie. Sorry about that. 4 is about Bonnie's family went to RV trips. Bonnie made a spork as a toy and named it Sporky. The toys got to see Bo again and meet new toys. Woody was getting old and was being forgotten. I am sorry I couldn't be specific on what these movies are about, but they're all great. Number 11 is The Hateful Eight. This is a Western movie that came out in 2015. This movie has Samuel L. Jackson as sheriff, Kurt Russell as the hangman, Channing Tatum as Jody, Walton Goggins as the sheriff, and other actors in it. The group hoped to find shelter from a blizzard and travels to a stagecoach stopover located on a mountain pass. I think this movie is pretty awesome along with Tombstone. Number 10 is Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes trilogy. These all have the guy who was Clow from the MCU as Caesar. Rise came out in 2011. It has James Franco, Tom Felton, John Lithgow, and other actors. Dawn has Gary Oldman, Cody Smith-McPhee, Kerry Russell, and other actors. And War has Woody Harrelson and other actors. These movies are honestly better than the old ones in my opinion, because the old ones aren't even that good in my opinion. Number 9 is Star Wars Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, The Force Awakens came out in 2015, The Last Jedi came out in 2017, and The Rise of Skywalker came out in 2019. In Force Awakens, Luke Skywalker vanished. The main characters were trying to stop Kylo Ren to destroy planets, which happened. In Last Jedi, the leader got defeated. Kylo Ren was back and forth on being good and evil. Rey was trying to find out who her parents were. In The Rise of Skywalker, Rey found out that she was related to Palpatine before she and Kylo Ren defeated Palpatine. Number 8 is Interstellar. This movie is one of the Christopher Nolan movies I have enjoyed, along with Inception, The Prestige, the Dark Knight movies, Tenet, and other movies of Nolan I have seen. Interstellar is a science fiction movie that is about helping out the human race or something like those. I keep messing up on what this movie is about sometimes because it may be a bit confusing, but it is a pretty good film. Number 7 is Ready Player One. I remember seeing this movie in theaters with my brother in April of 2018. This is a game movie, like using the glasses or headset thing to be in the game and something like those. The only way to win on a race or in a game or something is to have Halliday give you a key from winning a game to be number 1. When you get 3 keys by winning the game, you get to unlock the locks and something like those during the movie. It is a great movie. Number 6 is Joker. I thought this movie was messed up the first time I watched this movie on HBO because of Arthur Fleck as Joker killing people. Joaquin Phoenix did a great job as Joker, even though I also like it when Heath Ledger and Jared Leto were Joker as well in their own movies. In this movie, Arthur Fleck didn't know that the lady who adopted him wasn't really his mother. She was abused and became delusional. He found out that in the papers in this folder. And the 2 guys were after Arthur because he killed the men on the train. The ending was unbelievable, but this movie became successful. Number 5 is Whiplash. This is one of my favorite band movies. It became one of the most successful movies I have ever seen. This movie is about a band that was told to practice hard for Fletcher because he wants to make sure his band is not sabotaged and want them to sound good and be in a better tempo. Yeah, every time when one of the band students were out of tune or rushing or dragging the tempo, Fletcher would get mad at them for not being perfect at them. Fletcher is a scary teacher in this movie, but he was the best supporting actor in this film. Number 4 is Shutter Island. I enjoyed this movie along with Inception. This movie is one of the best movies that is about insanity. This movie has Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Williams, Emily Mortimer, and other actors who are in it. Leonardo and Mark were brought in Cliff Hospital, a fortress-like insane asylum located on a remote, windswept island. The first time when I watched this movie, I thought it was scary, but when I watched it a couple of times, I wasn't scared at all anymore because this movie is awesome. Number 3 is the John Wick franchise. This is one of the best franchises that I have ever seen. Keanu Reeves did a great job in this franchise as John Wick. I even heard that there will be part 4 in 2022 or somewhere in the 2020s. This franchise has violent action, blood, crime, and others that are not for younger audiences. John Wick is a retired hitman seeking vengeance for the killing of the dog given to him by his recently deceased wife. The first one came out in 2014, the second one came out in 2017, and the third one came out in 2019. Number 2 is The Wolf of Wall Street. This is also one of the best Leonardo DiCaprio movies I have ever seen. I thought this movie is messed up the first time I have seen it, but when I watched it a couple of times, I think this movie is not bad at all. It never was bad. This movie has DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie, Matthew McConaughey, and other actors who are in it. This movie is about the main character, Jordan Belfort, making a huge fortune by defrauding wealthy investors out of millions. This movie has drugs in it as well, but this movie is still great. And the number 1 is The Social Network. This movie is one of my favorite movies of 2010 along with Inception, Shutter Island, and others. This movie has Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, Armie Hammer, Justin Timberlake, Rooney Mara, and other actors. This film is about Jesse Eisenberg's character begins work on a new concept that eventually turns into the global social network known as Facebook. And a few years later, after all that, he became one of the youngest billionaires ever. I am proud of this film and its success. And that was it for my top 15 best movies of the 2010s. Post a comment, subscribe, ring a bell for notification. I will make more videos soon, and I will soon make a video of my favorite 2010 movies so far and something like those. Anyways, bye.